try to live long, they have no use for your song. You're dead, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead and out of this world.
Good evening. Welcome to this quarantine edition of What We Do in the Shadows. At the moment, what we do in the shadows is not a lot. I haven't seen my familiar for about 12 weeks because he decided he was showing symptoms and had to self-isolate. So I've been having to do a lot of things myself, and I'm finding it quite challenging, if I'm honest. Not least, I don't have a documentary crew, so this is all done myself with a selfie stick, which I'm not very comfortable about. I'm just going to share with you some of the problems that I have been having to deal with. No, you're right. We're not allowed to have any visitors into the house. I've tried inviting random people walking past over the threshold. It's very difficult to hypnotise from at least 2 meters away, and they're just not coming in. They're like, oh no, the government says we're not allowed inside people's homes. So normally it's me that has the problem getting invited into people's houses, but now I'm getting it from the other way round, which is very, very frustrating. I'm also having trouble disposing of any bodies that I might get along the way because the waste collections have now been limited. So you might say I've had to slightly go on a diet, but even in these new times of plague, I'm having trouble finding rats or pussycats. And they just don't taste as good as virgins. And you're not going to get a virgin right now. Even the ones that have been isolating have now got their little bubbles. So that's just not going to happen, is it? Oh, come on. Come on, 9:30 p.m. When? Yeah, home deliveries. I'm finding it harder and harder to get a slot, to get anything delivered. Even with the supermarkets, I know they're going flat out, but I'm having to book 2 weeks in advance to get a delivery driver, and in the 9:30, 10:30 slot in the evening. Now it's summer as well. That's really kind of annoying. 2 weeks in advance just to get a home delivery driver so that I can have a takeaway on a Monday night. It's just not good enough. They're going to have to put more people on, because I'm going to work my way through them pretty quickly. I've been waiting for this for 2 weeks. I'm so looking forward to a takeaway. I've just got to get to the door in time before he goes. Hello? Oh, good evening. Hello? Hello? Oh. And yet again, I've missed him. This 2 meter rule means he has gone before I've even got to the front door. Just remains for me to pick up my shopping and go in. At least with a 2 meter rule, you can't get staked. Doesn't rule out a crossbow though, does it? I'm going to go and book another slot now. It's really not very good. In the dark it's hard enough, but telling who's who when they've got a face mask on is even worse. So I'm looking for somebody to bite, obviously, but I don't know if they're a human or a vampire. So I'm just going to have to ask. Excuse me? Are you a human being or are you a vampire? Bother. So I've come to the park to try and find a victim, somebody to snack on, and it's pretty quiet. It's very incredibly quiet. There is nobody around. There's no bars open, there's no late night shops. Everyone's done their walking by the day because the government said you got to take your hour during the daytime to do your 1 hour of exercise. So there's absolutely nobody around for me to get a drink. This is really not very good. If there is anyone out at night, they're like, oh, what's that person doing there? Just wandering around, and I'll have to pretend I'm looking for my dog. Sultan, Sultan, Hound of Dracula, where are you? Anybody? Anybody? You know what? I'm just going to give up, go home, and find myself a pussycat. So there you have it. The trials and tribulations of a vampire in the time of lockdown during COVID-19. I hope you've had some insight into my life at the moment, and I've just got one more thing to add, and that is stay alert, control the victims, drain lives. I think that'll do.
Don't sing if you want to live long. They have no use for your song. You're dead, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead and out of this world.